There's always more to the story. Join your hosts, Dr. Eric Shaw, prosecutor Ryan Frank, writer Adrian Bonenberger, and comedian Ryan Connor as they follow up on the most recent episode of Baggage. This is Carry On.
Hey everybody, welcome to Carry On, supplemental episode of Baggage. I am Ryan Frank, and joining me on this episode is Eric Shaw and Ryan Connor. And welcome, Ryan, by the way. Congratulations on yesterday. You were able to fulfill a lifelong dream. I know any of our listeners that don't know, Ryan's a huge soccer fan, specifically Bosnia and Herzegovina fan. And he was able to see them in the World Cup. That's pretty cool.
You nailed all the details. I thought you were going to congratulate me on discovering these chocolate popsicles from Costco that I'm eating.
No, this is a audio medium, so the listeners would not know that.
They can hear me slurping on it, though.
Are you worried that's going to throw off your numbers, your labs? I know you've been I can feel that you're itching to tell everyone about this.
The labs were today. Everything's back.
The lab results were today?
Yeah. I got them like 2 hours later.
Is that why you're eating the popsicle? Just smug, prideful, like don't give a shit?
Yeah, dude, it's time to fucking coast.
You got your lab numbers within a couple hours?
Yeah, man, they're quick. They're quick.
I never heard
UCLA,
of that.
man. They're quick. It's like, dude, it was so eye-opening, too. Rachel had to go to the doctor when we were in Japan, and they checked her for, like, everything. And we had the results in 5 minutes. They just did blood work and put it into a machine right next to where she sat.
I mean, for the Japanese, that does not surprise me. But for like the American healthcare system, 2 hours is pretty impressive.
I'm going to script the joke. Was the name on the machine that you could put the stuff in to get the instant results? And the woman was Theranos. Yeah, never mind. That's good company, right? That joke is so smart. I didn't get it, and it's my joke.
People know Theranos. Stop it. I will say, like, I'm asking her about all these different, I'm like, do I need any other screenings right now? I'm 45, Or she was like, at 50, you do prostate thing. She's like, we could do a blood test earlier. And I was like, well, let's just do that.
If you want a finger in the ass, you can always get that.
Yeah, I said, let's do that blood one then. And then I go, wait, it's just from a regular blood draw, right? They're not actually pulling from the source. And she laughs and she's like, no, yeah, we don't put a needle in your wiener. She said wiener. I didn't know doctors would say wiener.
I do that, but in a pediatric sense. That seems kind of weird for a 45-year-old man.
Yeah, that's look up a medical license thing. I've had that.
I got a brain freeze, dude. Holy
pause
shit.
the show. Pause the show.
So Ryan is either having a stroke or
really bad brain freeze there.
You back with us?
I'm back. Now I'd say she's early 50s, Harvard educated. She used to be a specialist at Boston. What's it called? Boston General or Mass General in Boston. Very high pedigree. Oh, and Johns Hopkins too.
Mm-hmm.
She says wiener.
Yeah. I've had defense attorneys say things sometimes where I'm like, ooh, I didn't think about this, but I'm just gonna check. I'm just gonna look up to see if he has a bar license. Because
what do they say?
Just walk in with a suit. I don't know.
My client is not stabby. Is that what he said?
It probably worse. There's probably worse things that people have totally got their client wrong about, like, Your Honor, he's just coming here from Connecticut. He was just driving through. What's that? I'm sorry. He lives down the street, and like confusing who clients are and stuff like that. Like really ridiculous stuff. It is the rare case where somebody shows up and they actually don't have a bar license. That's happened though.
Oh, wow.
So nutty. Somebody looks at him like, no, this guy, he's not a lawyer.
But he was pretending to be one?
Yeah, pretending to be a
lawyer.
Is
that illegal?
Yes, he was prosecuted for practicing without a law license. Yeah, showed up to a court case. I wanted to welcome our new Canadian and Australian listeners from a recent feature on Apple Podcasts in those regions.
Yeah, welcome. Good A, mate. That's like a combination of the two. Good
right.
A.
It's all English.
We don't need to do that because they speak English. They're with us. They don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to hear pandering about maple syrup and hockey and kangaroos.
Oh well, there we go. We lost it now. Thank you, Ryan. That was nice. It was about a week.
I love Canada. Canada's my favorite place to tour. I love Canada. Never been to Australia. I heard I'd like it.
Help us get New Zealand. We'll make some sheep jokes in there too.
Oh, I'd love you to New Zealand. Can we make that happen? Is this not something you do?
No, I have no control over it. Yeah. But yes, no, I don't have any control over Apple Podcast. I'm not in the hierarchy where they ask me where we want to be featured.
No, I just mean, can you send me there?
Oh, with all the podcast money?
Yeah.
So we're following up from last episode where Scott and Cheryl were sharing some stories, and Scott mentioned vigilante justice, where because Scott was talking about how he wanted to get justice for his sister for what happened to her, and he brought up the story of Gary. Why Gary? And I vaguely remembered it, and he remembered it, and so I ended up looking it up. It was way older than I thought it was. He was talking about Gary Plauché back in 1984. His son, 11-year-old son, it was really egregious, was kidnapped essentially by his karate instructor, Jeff Doucet, for like 2 weeks and sexually abused him. And they caught him, took him out of state. They caught him, brought him back to Baton Rouge. And in the airport, where law enforcement's walking this guy back in custody, the dude's dad, Gary, is there with a handgun with a baseball cap on, and on live television turns around and shoots the guy in the back of the head. And it's the cop. You hear the cop saying, Gary, why? Gary, why? It became very famous at the time. So they ended up charging him with second-degree murder. He pled to manslaughter with no jail time.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to say, it does sound illegal.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Vigilante justice is usually not a good thing.
Yeah. Is vigilante justice just an American thing, or is it in other countries as well?
You know, it's funny you ask, Ryan, because in Canada, I wanted to see if this is something that they're like, wow, Americans are as violent and crazy as we think. Not so fast, Canada, because they also had the creep catchers in recent years. These are volunteer organizations that post as minors online to expose child predators. Basically, like in America, we have the show To Catch a Predator, We Did, or whatever. Like vigilantes were doing this to trying to catch pedophiles online. Apparently, it was a big to do in Canada, and it caused problems there as it does in the United States. Like, you can't really do that. Like, that doesn't really work the way you think it's going to work, because
is that entrapment?
It's not entrapment because it's not. Well, if I'm a defense attorney, probably arguing that too. It would be entrapment if it's government action, but these are individuals not doing government action. But if they are doing it for the purposes of trying to collect evidence for criminal prosecution, is some judge going to buy into it's close enough to, for the purpose of prosecution, now I'm going to put some safeguards on there that you have to do the things the government would have to do. You know, like they're not getting search warrants, doing all kinds of tactics. They are conducting these vigilante investigations, just like with there's no protocols, no rules or anything like that, and injecting themselves in a way like they're a witness. I don't want you to be a witness in my case. I need independent evidence, forensic evidence, which is what law enforcement does. They get search warrants and forensic evidence. By the time the vigilantes are done doing their stuff, the guy knows the jig is up. He knows somebody's been talking to him. He knows the cop. Like, you lose the ability to interview him. It's just all kinds of problems. So it's kind of like you roll your eyes when you hear, oh, we got a guy that, he found a predator online. He probably did, but you've probably made it very difficult or impossible to ever prosecute that person now. So thanks a lot. Like, we otherwise would have caught him, but now we can't.
Did y'all see the article this week in the news about they're calling him the Mexican Batman? I think it's down in. I'm not sure what's it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
He was catching bike thieves and then duct taping them to light poles. And the cops are coming after him now. They're treating the people he caught as victims. And it's like, oh.
Is it one guy? Because it seemed like it was probably like a neighborhood that was like, the crime is so bad that they just.
It doesn't seem like this is something that one person could do.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, it seems like you need multiple to get. I mean, just to corral them over to a phone pole to tape them to. It seems like you need multiple people just for that part.
Even someone smaller than me, I would have a hard time, I think, duct taping alone to a thing like that. You need multiple hands for that, I think. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting story. Now, so on Canada, I knew there was something like creep crawlers or something like that. Creep catchers. Oh, that's what it is. I put in creep crawlers at first, and the internet was like, oh yeah. Canada has creep crawlers, and something that is very Canadian. They are rogue vigilante road safety citizens. for people that are driving unsafe, they confront them about going too fast, driving recklessly. Like that is, if you're going to be a vigilante, right? Don't do it, right? Don't wear a mask. Don't, tape up, criminals, and you shouldn't do any of that. But if you're going to do it, minor traffic infractions, that's what you're, you know what I'm saying? Like probably, shoot a little higher. That's all I'm saying.
So what crazy shit have the Australians done?
The Australians, in April of this year, a 5-year-old Aboriginal girl disappeared in Alice Springs in Australia, and her body was found 5 days later, and they quickly developed a suspect, this guy, Jefferson Lewis. And when the public found him, roughly 200 people just started beating the living crap out of him. They didn't kill him, surprisingly, but I think seriously injured him before law enforcement was able to apprehend him. And then there were a lot of protests, like outside the hospital, of like, bring him out. And they were like ready to string him up. That was a couple months ago. So he's pending trial for that.
So what you're saying is comic books are everywhere now.
I mean,
I think that's what this is.
I'm surprised we don't see more like masked people, like mental health cases, if nothing else, trying to do some vigilante justice. That's pretty nuts. So,
yeah.
Did you guys ever watch that show on HBO, Watchmen? It was based off the movie and the comic book. Yeah. They only did one season, which is sad because it was fantastic.
I think that's because they covered the entire thing, right?
Well, the movie covered the comic book, but the show was off new stuff.
Oh,
and they were supposed to keep going. But I think basically like the director or the producer has some sort of falling out with HBO. Apparently like everybody wanted to keep going with it.
Yeah.
No, but that was a good show.
The movie, just marked the time, 15 minutes in, talking about movies. The movie was good, but it deviated from the comics, right?
Not too much. The ending.
The squid stuff and all that. They went more, I don't know, realistic, so to speak.
Yeah, I kind of like
the HBO series. Just like seemed to be pretty true to form on what the comics were.
Okay, I didn't know that was based off a comic too. Okay.
No, wait. What you're talking about? It's the same story.
It's in the same universe, but it's like a local police force, and some of them are masked and some aren't.
The Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
You saw the movie years ago, The Watchmen, right?
Yeah, but the HBO had one season of a TV show.
Right? No, I know. I saw that.
Okay.
It's the exact. It's the exact same characters. It's all the same characters. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Okay.
I'm gonna prove you.
How
wrong.
much? What's the bet? I'm gonna. This is $20. Okay. I don't. The listeners don't care about this. Clearly, they're all the same. They are all the same characters.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, they are.
100% not.
You are crazy. Let
me know when you guys are back.
For you, we're back. We're back. That's just crazy. You think that? For a second there, I was like, maybe I'm talking about a different show. Maybe I'm way off base. We've lost Eric for a little while. He's going to dwell on this. Ryan, anything you want to talk about? So no, seriously, how was the Bosnia-Herzegovina game?
Well, I guess you're not an American and you didn't watch. Is that what's happening here?
I did not. I could not care less. I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Dude, don't say that type of shit around me, man. This is like saying I don't really care about World War II. This is that level.
Don't know if that's on par.
I think it is. Well, no, this is what I'm trying to explain. I was not at the game yesterday. I went to the U.S. Paraguay game. Last night was in Santa Clara, but I watch. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a friendly against Barbados. I'm watching it. So for yesterday, I got to the bar 5 hours before the game to get a seat. Yeah.
Okay, so it was a watch party yesterday.
Yeah,
but you actually went to a game. You went to a U.S. game.
I went to the opener against Paraguay. Yeah.
No way. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
you
cool.
don't. People don't understand. People who don't follow the game don't understand how big this is. Like how well the U.S. has been playing. This is something that's been coming for decades, right? The U.S. has always been scrappy. We've just outworked everyone, like Australia is now. You just work your ass off, but you don't have the technique. Well, now we have the technique, and we just didn't have the competitive edge.
Well, didn't our best player just get red carded out for the next game?
He's one of the best players. I
thought he was the stud.
No, that's people who don't really know the game. It's not really like that. He's I mean, you don't want to rank them like that, but I mean, if I had to rank them, he'd probably be number 8. Probably. Like, I mean, he's an essential player, but Ricardo Pepi, the starter behind him, was one of the most potent strikers in the world this past year. So they're just very different styles of players. Balogun is way more physically imposing. I think Pepe's more of a clinical finisher than Balogun, but Balogun's strengths are perfect for this team. That's the difference. But this is what's happening right now. You know, I started playing when I was 5 or 4 maybe, and everyone who grows up playing the game, loving the game. For the international game, you root for the US because that's your home, and you get behind it. It like just like the Olympics, but I'm telling you, if you're into it, the passion is much deeper than anything like the Olympics. It's much deeper because the way that teams play reflects the culture, and it adds this layer to it. Well, all kids for the past 40 years, you root for the US, but then you have your other team that you root for that has a chance of winning. Everyone's like, so I'm, Holland. I support Holland. People support in the US a lot of France, a lot of Argentina, a lot of Italy, a lot of Germany, Spain. Well, we're at a point this year where you don't have to have a second team anymore if you're a kid.
That's cool.
It's really amazing that kids can watch this and their favorite national team can be us now. It's amazing.
How is this better than us arguing about a HBO TV show?
I was just about to ask, who have we lost between the two conversations?
Well, let's see. Well, one thing is a game that's watched by 3 billion people.
Okay, I know. Objectively, it's the soccer. I know it's the soccer for the international listeners. I know they care more about that. But
Ozymandias was the only consistent character between the two of them. It was played by a different actor.
You have just texted me a Wikipedia. You're still wrong. I don't have time for this.
Good times.
Good times. Back to our Australian Canadian listeners. We have international guests sometimes. What have we had? We've had Argentina, Ukraine. So if anybody out there has any crazy stories that you listen to the show and you think you have a good one, go ahead and email us at thebaggagepodcast@gmail.com.
We've had a general lack of Commonwealth accents on the show. It'd be nice to spice things up a little bit.
I know. That's a theme I'm trying to think. Like, do we all hate the British? Like, what do we all have in common? Rebellion? Independence?
Yes, 4th of July is coming up here.
Yeah.
We got our little moment.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're reaching. We're struggling.
I know.
So, short and skinny of this episode, we are very thankful and proud of our international listeners for taking the law into their own hands, even if Ryan disapproves of it. I approve of it.
That.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
No, but it is entertaining, and we want some diversity, and we reach out to charity and can collaborate with some charity organizations. So we've done that internationally too, Lalika Foundation. So if you are in another country and you have an idea of a charity that could use a boost and some exposure, this is not a for-profit podcast. We do this for altruistic reasons. Reach out to us again, thebaggagepodcast@gmail.com. And Ryan, is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah, you can pre-order my memoir, 12 Guys Walk Into a Kitchen. Anywhere books can be ordered online. You can go to the Simon & Schuster website and you can, get a link to any retailer there or buy it straight through the publisher, or you can just go to Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, whatever.
I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. See you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Music for Baggage provided by Quincy Ledbetter. You can find his stuff at qledbetter.com. Graphics provided by Megan Weaver. You can find her at meganweaverart.com. Special thanks to our premium members for their support. You can become a premium member by clicking subscribe in your Apple Podcast app or by visiting thebaggagepodcast.com/support to sign up or to gift a membership to someone. A percentage of all proceeds go to charity. If you have any questions, comments, or a good story to share, please email us at thebaggagepodcast@gmail.com.